I was reminded of something. For you guys and gals that grew up in the 60s and 70s, or earlier, I suppose, you might know what I'm talking about. When we were growing up, pickup trucks weren't that popular. There was probably only one family on everyone's street who had a pickup truck. And what do you know? Everyone borrowed it. Whenever they had to buy a refrigerator or something, or had their mulch brought in, they would always go down to their neighbor and borrow their truck. It's just the way things were. Trucks weren't that popular till like now everyone's got pickup trucks. Even if they don't even need a truck, people have a truck. What made me think of that was, I think the same can be said for people that sell firewood. So when you sell firewood, of course you're in business and you are going after your market to make a living. But people and your friends and your network, they all know it. And I had learned that despite how professional that you think you are, you still have friends and family, and that's probably the most important. I treat family and friends different when it comes to firewood. So I have a personal policy. Family is free. I don't charge for family. No circumstances do I charge for family. It's just the way it is. Friends, you know, sometimes we got to draw a line somewhere. And especially on a situation like this. I have a friend who has a workshop and he doesn't care about the dryness of his wood. So I wasn't going to sell him at cost the wood that I have at my wood yard, which is for all the restaurants. But I have this, I keep calling about my yard up north here. I have a gentleman that makes firewood for me, and I was going to drive up there with my trailer and get it loaded and sell it to my friend at cost. I'll throw in a couple extra bucks for my fuel and for the time, because we still are going to hand load this trailer. But up there I have help when we're getting it loaded. To be honest though, I'm not going to film it. I'm not comfortable doing it. This is an Amish family too, so I think they're very sensitive about being filmed or photographed. You know what I mean. So what I'm doing today, I'm just going to be heading on up there. I thought you guys could hang out with me. We can celebrate the new year together. Happy New Year. And this certainly goes to my cord total for the year, because I have a number of these jobs and I make it work in between my regular delivery schedule, and I just get my trailer loaded. In this case, I'm taking this trailer loaded back to my yard, and it's going to sit there until tomorrow, because then I'll deliver the wood. That's when the guy will be home from work, and I'll be able to just get this dumped where he wants it to go. And then, then this would have to get loaded up for one of my restaurants that goes through a lot of firewood. I try not to use this trailer as much on the road. I'd always felt when this trailer is delivering firewood, I'm not making as much money as I am when I'm delivering smaller quantities, but it's still there. And I will still go up to my yard up north, and I will either truck wood back to my yard and stack it, or we just leave it up there. If I don't get it stacked down at my yard, it doesn't dry out the way that we want to. Things are usually just left in piles up here. He does stack, but not all the time. But today, you know, we're going to be loading off of a big pile. We get some of his kids to help, and it goes pretty quick. All right, so let's load up the truck and the trailer, and let's head on up the road. Here we go. I do a pre-trip inspection. I'm just in the habit of making sure that this pin, let me see if I can show it to you. Where is it? There it is. Make sure that pin is all the way through. Oh, wow. And I look to make sure I don't leave anything on the fenders. I've been known to do that. Screwdrivers, wrenches, sticks of firewood. I will check my pin here to make sure that's latched. I make sure my cotter pin is in. And then there is another one on the drop leg, and I make sure that's secure. I'm sure I'm not speaking out of line, and especially if you're used to pulling trailers, I am sure that you've made just about every mistake with it. I make it a point to do a very thorough pre-trip inspection. I check all of this stuff, and I force myself to touch the actual item just to make sure that it is secure. You know, if you are scatterbrained, if you are thinking of something else, or if you're talking on the phone when you're heading somewhere, you will forget to latch that thing, you know. And I'm not admitting anything, But I'm just telling you, I am capable of forgetting very important things pulling a trailer down the road. Okay, now we've done the pre-trip inspection, and now we can head on down the road. Here we go. Okay, I'm way behind schedule. I couldn't find my glasses. Got them right here. Couldn't find my glasses. I wear my glasses when I drive. They were laying in the grass. I somehow dropped them when I was carrying my camera and this tripod down to my truck and dropped my glasses in the yard. Fortunately, I found them. Okay, now we can hit the road. Here we go. This place is about 14 miles from my place. I take the back ways up, but when I'm taking the trailer back to my yard, I take the highway. It's just an easy trip. This has been working out great for me. I had always thought that I would be making 100% of all the wood that I sell, and that's just not the case. I have not been able to keep up with my own volume, and I have a good relationship with this guy, and yes, I'm paying a premium, you know, to have the wood already made in the firewood, but it makes sense to me. I give up some money for firewood to be made like this, but I consider it an investment where instead of telling these customers no because I have no firewood, I have more firewood to sell. It's like buying market share. So I don't mind spending a little bit extra and giving up some margin just to keep driving that top line sale number. I do think that this would be a business model in and of itself. The challenge would be, though, I have come up here a few times and there's no wood, you know, or he's gone and I'm not going to load my trailer by myself. So you do give up some of the control that you would have on your own to be able to make all of your wood and keep it all to yourself, and that you are in full control of it. This does add a level of uncertainty, but it's been working for me so far. And I'm here. We're going to get the trailer loaded. I wish I could show you more of this place, but I think you all understand. Here we go. And I am loaded. I still do a pre-trip inspection before I hit the road. I make sure my cover is on tight, and of course I check to make sure the pin is in, but we also load it this way, but still we check. The other thing I look for is to make sure all my logs are behind the rail. Sometimes if you get your stuff too high, you know, if it sits on top, I always worry it could work its way out. And just like when you're at a truck stop or at the gas station, just make sure no one's messed with your hitch. Make sure everything is still there. All right, we are now heading on down the road. We're gonna head back to the yard and park this trailer. And we are gonna get onto the highway, heading back to the wood yard. One of my daughters is bringing my other truck over. I have to get it loaded for a delivery tomorrow. I have kind of given myself some days off through the holidays. I think as the kids get older, you know, the times when you're all together under one roof become less frequent. So I want to enjoy everything as much as I can while we can. So I haven't been as aggressive with my deliveries, and I've had a number of them pretty close to home. So I'm going to be loading just a small load into my one truck tonight so I can take it out in the morning. And then of course I have this trailer that will take over to my buddy's place tomorrow too. That's just going to be a dump on the ground and go. And you know, I don't do very many dump and goes. It is kind of fun watching it happen, and I usually film it too because it is good for a good short video. So we're just heading on down the highway here. It's like about another 7 miles and we'll be at the wood yard, and then I'll get this trailer unhitched and I'll wait for my other truck to show up. All right, thanks for coming along for the ride. And we're back at the yard. I'm just going to get the trailer backed up. I had told you before, I can't explain it, but I'm pretty good at backing up a trailer. I don't think I'm the best, but I think I'm pretty good. I've impressed myself a few times. But I'm also capable of stinking it up too, so I have to take the good with the bad. Close enough, huh? Not bad. Okay. So here we go. I got my trailer backed in. I'm just going to unhitch. We'll put the lock on it. And this is going to get delivered tomorrow. These are butt ends. I was cutting off the logs that I was taking down to the Japa. And I'm still using the smaller processor, the 315. It works really good. Like these logs right here. I mean, it just chews right through those. I would even put this one through it. It'll take up to a 12-inch log, but I'm using a 4-way knife. So I don't want my pieces so big that I'm going to have to resplit. I am unhitched, so I can take this truck back. And then my daughter shows up with my other truck. Now, I guess it would have made a lot more sense for me to pull the trailer with my other truck, and it would have already been down here, but sometimes these brilliant ideas don't show themselves when you're wheeling and dealing, you know. I'm sorry about the wind. I just had that friend who needed some wood. I got the trailer loaded. I had it already hitched up to my 4-wheel drive. And so now I can get this other truck loaded for tomorrow morning. Got my help down here. And I will give this person the camera. This is a quarter cord, 2.5 rows. And I'll make the half row just a little higher to account for the wheel wells. And I think we're looking good. I guess I could keep showing you all of my loading videos, but they're pretty much all the same. We just chuck it over the side, get these things loaded, and then we'll park this truck for tomorrow morning for a delivery. I've just been slowing it down here through the holidays, and I get a few deliveries that are kind of close to home, so I do not like sending the truck out like this. I will wait until we have 2 quarter cords and they'll go out with a full truckload. But it's the holidays, I'm trying to stay close to home, and we'll just get this delivered out in the morning and then I'm done. And of course, the trailer, we have to get it delivered too. That will be done tomorrow, but that's just something easy. And I'm gonna hang out with my buddy when we dump that in his driveway. I think the nice part about dumping wood like that is once it's on the ground, my job's done. I can head on down the road, but bring the trailer back here because this will be going out to a restaurant. I'll have my high school help get that trailer loaded, and we'll be in good shape for that. And off it goes. That was, I'm not gonna lie, that was nice. I got the truck loaded for tomorrow. My daughter has been very gracious with her time to help me out. You know, I keep saying that this is hard pack, and it is, but you know, it holds water. There it goes. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's nice. I'll take it. My oldest daughter, Dr. Emily, she doesn't mind being in the videos. My younger daughter, it's not for her, so we respect her wishes. But I will be bringing the Eastonmade axis back to the wood yard at the start of the new year, and I got to get a lot of these logs split. Underneath this is all my hickory, and I had bought a very inexpensive load of maple, and they're crooked and big and ugly, and these will be split up with the axis. I think those will be good for the pizza ovens. What I was saying though is that this is hard packed, but it's still a little soft. It's not soft where you're going to get stuck, but it's a little squishy nonetheless. But man, this is so much nicer than where I used to be. I was at risk of getting stuck without even taking the truck back there. That's how muddy it was. So tomorrow, after all of that's done, I'll park that trailer to get it loaded for the restaurant. And these are the remainder of the hickory, and I'm going to get that hickory stacked. I have a place where I'm going to start keeping it, and it's going to be down on the other side of Oakland. And I think my next plan of attack is to start digging into these logs, get these processed, and get those stacked, and open up this area. This might be a new area for the drying yard. I don't know. We'll see. I think too, when I bring the axis back, I'm going to be digging into these. These were just weird shaped, like these oaks. These were really crooked logs. My friend Dale from the Firewood hut was up here, and we got those cut up. And we'll get all of these done, split, and put into inventory. Okay, guys, that's what I got going on. Not much, but I wanted to share with you. It seems like when you are a firewood service, you still have a role to play with your friends and family, and that's exactly what we're doing with the trailer, getting wood delivered like that, and then being able to get it loaded for the restaurants coming up. So what you can expect from me in this new year, I'm going to start giving you updates on the International Firewood Expo. There are some big, exciting changes about it, and I can't wait to share all of them with you. All right, guys. Everyone, Happy New Year, and have a great day.